Today is the extraordinary beginning of a new era. My name is Jared, and here we are after a long break back into the fantastic world of Palauan. And so, one thing you should definitely know is that I haven't let Palauan become abandoned completely. I've actually been using memorized courses and other varieties of things. I also had a polyglot video featuring only languages from Oceania, which is the first ever, and I will go ahead and link to that in the description. I also managed to use some Palauan in that video there as well. Feel free to go ahead and provide constructive criticism about that. And so here we have a list of Palauan proverbs. I think that as a result, I'm going to go ahead and up the difficulty significantly. There's a chance that maybe some of these may be a bit complicated for me, but in any case, I think this will also provide significant cultural information as well. I would also really like to thank the folks at this website, takingit.com, for actually having reminded me after a long time that I actually have been publishing a lot of videos about Palau or Palauan, and so here I am, back where I should be. Okay, here goes. Abdelul Ogdemelem Eloit Era Emeret. Okay. Okay, so your mother's brother's head is discarded at Emeret. So this, I remember when I viewed this page all the way back in July, when I first encountered this website, I thought, this is the most random thing I've ever heard. And so let's go ahead and read exactly what this is. In headhunting days, villages on the same side Havid as Orior, otherwise allied, would visit Orior last with heads taken in raids or ambush after visiting several allied villages for dances and money collections, marking a successful hunt. By and large, the purpose of head hunting was economic, with money paid the men of successful raiding clubs at each allied village where the heads would be displayed. The collection went to the coffer of their village chief. By the time the warriors reached Orior, then, the heads would often be quite odorous and unpleasant, that is to say, economically useless. So they would be discarded as a place called Emeret in Orior. From the standpoint of any male ego, the mother's brother, or Odemaul, or Odemelim, your mother's brother, is always significant, since one such individual usually acts as a guardian and financial advisor to the younger clan member. The idiom, then, is used by people of Orio to insult persons of other, generally hostile villages. Okay, and this is as spoken by a native speaker. Oh, wow, fun. Okay. A poor man but chased by beggars. So creditors seldom ask a rich man to repay a debt. Only when a man lost all his money do they come asking. So even though we fix our own betel nut, we get burned. So Ima'il is a betel nut package consisting of the seeded nut, the pepper leaf, giboy, and the lime, os. By applying too much lime to a package, it is possible to burn one's mouth. Although this is sometimes done among young people to signal another secretly of sexual attraction, typically it happens accidentally. The idiom implies that everyone makes mistakes. It can't be helped. No matter how careful we are, we sometimes fail. We shouldn't be too sure overconfidence in ourselves. So even though we fix our own betel nut, we get burned. Aha. Okay, now that really actually makes sense. Very interesting. I think the only place where I've really been with the whole betel nut thing, given as I haven't visited Oceania yet at all, was actually Myanmar. And I think especially among a lot of teenagers, I'd actually really like betel nut stains on the streets in places like Mandalay. Okay, so put out your arm and a man's hand will reach back. So the proper spirit of cooperation and mutual aid. I'd really noticed this throughout Oceania and also in much of the developing world in general. And I also think that to some degree the capitalism that really exists in many of the areas of the developed world also really actively seeks to squash this principle, in my opinion. You're welcome to disagree with me. Disagreement is good. Disagreement is okay. So put out your arm and a man's hand will reach back. Okay. Try this. No. Okay. the distant eras reveal. The distant eras refer to the past as well as the future. Hence, the distant past reveals the distant future. A person's behavior in the past will tell how he will behave in the future. Okay, so the distant eras reveal. So that is to say, the past reveals what will come. Okay, ayota badra eskik. The wind sleeps in the eskik bush. But eskik bush, wow, sounds legendary. Okay, this is going to be explained. Around March, the wind quiets at about dusk and begins to pick up the next morning. During the night, the wind is said to sleep in the eskik, a small shrub common in the hills of Palau. A quiet night is appropriate in the Palauan view because economically important fruit trees such as breadfruit are setting their buds at this time. This period of budding is thought to be analogous to the second or third month of human pregnancy, when exertion or shock may precipitate a miscarriage. If winds blow strong at night during this time, elders note that the season will be poor as far as fruit harvest is concerned. The eskik bush, where the wind sleeps, has a characteristic bad odor, said to be caused by the wind performing its natural function. That's interesting. I've never actually encountered that in any mythological tradition I've heard of. So, Ayot Abadra Eskik. So, the wind sleeps in the eskik bush. Okay. Isnged adik med indiak denget me. Our nose is close to the mouth but cannot be licked. Okay, I don't have the webcam on, but you can probably guess that I'm not trying that. So we shouldn't be too sure of or overconfident in ourselves. So our nose is close to the mouth, but it can't be licked. So, Isnged adik med indiak denget me. Okay. Akilta Uda. Quick to hit a nerve center. Uda is a technical Palauan judo pertaining to the action of hitting a sensitive nerve point in the body of an opponent. A person described by this idiom is quick to grasp any point and take advantage of it, fighting it. Political making, decision making, business, and the like. So Ilda Uda means quick to hit. I would imagine as a nerve center, but like a pressure point, perhaps. Okay, so it means really insensitive to the degree of really wanting to poke at people's worst weak points at the quickest opportunity. I really like that. Okay. So bad words are a curse, good words are a blessing. So words of insult and scorning are destructive, like dynamite, while kind words will make you light, like a love charm. The taro field of your mother. Try that again. The taro field is the mother of our life. Not only is taro an important staple in the Palauan diet, but a serving of taro is essential at any feast, and taro is the essential food in a food money exchange. Its importance is recognized in this idiom. Okay, your legs are your taro patch. Your legs will find you fortune. You seek what you desire. Okay. Okay, the heron that rises early is filled. So one who rises early and works hard gains well. The early bird catches the worm. It's effectively the same thing. So try that again. Water is without cost. Palauans bathe frequently. Many will not miss a daily bath if at all possible. Bathing places are usually wide in areas, natural or artificial, some elaborately paved with stone and freshwater streams. The phrase simply reminds another, probably reluctant child, that he should bathe. Okay, fast and late. Hasty work can result in inadequate results and delays. So, so fast and late. The woman is the outrigger for the male. An unmarried man has no outrigger. Taking a wife is a stabilizing process for a man, in the sense that the outrigger stabilizes the canoe. One source, a Palauan woman, has suggested the meaning that a man is as capable as the woman who backs him up. Okay. Sea crabs have pushed out land crabs. So outsiders have taken over the land or titles of local people. An outsider, that's an adopted child or a friend, has become more important than a blood relative. Those of high family are like the seed pod of the Bengal tree, which falls with its leafy cap upright. So those of high family are like the seed pod of the bagal tree, which falls with its weaky. Oh, same thing. All right, I'm gonna need to really see a lot of these plants. Do they exist in like greenhouse or like natural history museum anywhere? That would be very interesting. Okay, Arengaga se'al demekere, yeah, I got that right. Demekere akora mesod el medbar eter rabdilaram. A male child, though small, is like a small barracuda that braces against the flowing stream. The small barracuda, mersod, with a small a, can be seen bracing without any apparent motion against the stream, usually where fresh water flows into the lagoon, where tide water runs off the reef, until suddenly it dashes into the stream to grab a small fish. Then it retreats once more to its place of watchfulness. This watchful, quiet, reserved, almost crafty approach to life is much admired, and parents will encourage their male children with a saying. Arengun me'odab, the heart in assessment. This might be better translated assessment with knowledge. The mind or head is thought to be the locus of knowledge in Palau, but such knowledge is made useful or is measured with the heart. Ling. Odab, in this context, would appear to me to take stock of, or to measure. In essence, the phrase cautions one who seems on the point of making a rash decision to temper his thoughts with his heart. So, Rengun me odab, calm down, think about this decision. Okay, I'm sick with Sabil. Well, what about you? So when Frambesia yaws or was common in Palau, almost everyone had the disease as a child, and commonly the entire body was covered with painful sores. When the infection covered the anal region, it was known as Sabil. The saying implies that everyone had Sabil, a painful, disgusting disease. Hence, what makes you feel you're so good? Okay, so with the persistence, the village of Ngersul was maintained. The men clubs of Oriort could not proceed as far as Melekeo. Try that again. Melekeo. Yeah, I got it. A major village to the north that stood on political balance with Oriort. The clubs would often stop over in Gersul and sack the small village. Yet the people of Gersul, over and over defeated, clung to their village and persisted through history. Sometimes the village of Angar is used with a similar meaning in place of Gersul. The saying may be applied to a harried individual who is about to give up a task because of its repeated failure. So, with persistence, the village of Gersul is maintained. I really love how every single one of these almost has a very deep historical meaning and origin. Okay. So when the purple, okay, try that again. So when the purple swamp hen appears, it brings remembrance. There's a song, Umaas, from which the saying derives. Once there was a young couple who made love in a secluded spot in the taro garden. While they were lying together, a purple swamp hen darted out of the brush, startling the couple. Eventually, love cooled. But thereafter, whenever the girl saw a purple swamp hen when she worked in the garden, she recalled her lover. Ah, Pavlovian conditioning a little bit? Okay, hence any occurrence that brings back fond memory. Okay. That's very interesting. Okay. An ukal tree won't become the titimer tree. That is to say, a child will resemble its father. Human nature will not change. The ukal, a lumber tree, resembles the titimel, a fruit-bearing tree, at least to the extent that both are trees and will become quite large. Both have assets, but are very different. The idiom is applied in the sense that a child resembles its father and will become what its father was. It may also use to mean that human nature can't be changed. Part of me thinks that the idea that human nature really can't be changed is quite problematic, and also the idea that you have to resemble your parents is also, I think, a problem as well, but perhaps you're welcome to disagree with me. Okay. Ongela mereder ul el melamedem eradob. A good leader is like the rain that calms the ocean. So he can calm down disputes and settle problems easily. So, ungela mereder ul el medem eradob. So a good leader is like rain that calms the ocean. Ungel mereder ul el melamedem eradob. So a good reader, blah, blah, blah. A good reader like rain, still leader, a good leader like rain, still the ocean. So rain falling during an ocean squall often seems to wipe away the winds and still the ocean. A good leader should be able to dispel the problems facing his people. Okay, so with that, all of the proverbs beginning with the word are hereby complete. And there are a lot more of these. I know that I said I was probably going to do a live stream with PALAUAN, but very interestingly, a number of things came up, and so I really couldn't prepare an entire lesson, as it were. And so, as a result, this was actually fairly entertaining, and perhaps maybe it was actually more helpful. Also, at some point before the year is up, if actually before I head over to Fiji in August, I'm actually going to be doing the some variety of 30-day or month-long challenge to which I will devote myself to PALAUAN. I really haven't decided what variety of challenge I'm doing, whether that would be the Eurolinguistigen or the Huggins International, but in any case, I know that I will commit myself to PALAUAN during one of the months of 2018. There will be a next episode, but until then, this is Jared letting you know that every single culture deserves to be loved, including yours. Have a good one, and see you next time.